There are no AirPods Pro 3s. I mean, nothing is. Well, nothing isn't, but see. Dammit Carl Pei!
I got him.
If I hold down that talk button and hold this about half a foot from my face, this is now what the case microphone sounds like. It's called the Super Mic. It sounds a little better. It's got that classic like hold mic up to your face look. I just wish it sounded much better. I hope someone copies this and makes it really good.
We suggest that you use it 5 centimeters from your mouth. That's where the differences really show. And it's not for normal scenarios, right? It's not for just walking around outside because it's quite cumbersome. It's for more extreme scenarios where there's a lot of noise around you. So I think in those scenarios, the differences will be a lot more visible. And I think we could have also done a better job in educating people about this product feature because it's brand new. I think we got to be really careful and take people through that feature for them to really understand it. So I think it's a learning for the future.
So as many of you are already aware, Nothing has released its 4th generation flagship earbuds, confusingly named the Nothing Ear 3. And man, you know, I knew this was going to be a problem ever since they dropped the numbered naming convention on last year's Nothing Ears. Like, I mean, what were they supposed to call the sequel to the Nothing Ear? Like the Nothing Ear Pro?
Yeah, I want to fast forward to 2026 when these comments will end. We just overcomplicated things, right? So we looked at the car industry and the car models don't have a number next to them, and maybe somewhere there's like a year. This design is from 2020, this design is from 2025. That's kind of how we would have done it, but I guess it was too confusing for people. It was a mistake, we've acknowledged the mistakes, and now we're moving past that.
I'd go as far as to say that, to me at least, these actually feel better even than the Sony WH-1000 XM6. Still a horrible name.
Oh yeah, when people talk about our ear and ear 3 thing, like, come on, look at the industry. But jokes aside, that's very high praise, right? Because the Sonys, they are sometimes the reference. Like, people hold them to very high regards. For the first product from CMF to be able to be compared to those, I think it's very high praise.
So should you get these, and especially if you're doing a shootout between these and the AirPods Pro 3, I think it really comes down to A and C is gonna be way better on those AirPods Pro 3s than here. Not to say that this is bad here. Sound can be better here. It might turn out that you like the sound of the AirPods, but I would compare it to a good EQ. If you care mostly about that, these are the better buy, these are cheaper, and then they have the mic thing if you do a lot of calls and you want it to sound better. I think that's a cool feature. I would probably use it sometimes.
It's a good take. For me, it's all about balance, not about one specific thing. Like, does this product we make serve the purpose for the user that's using it? And is it also one of the best products you can buy given the price we're charging?
Yes, you're a good girl and you know it. Now, let's take it to the EQ. Even more bass. Woo! When home, I got my eyes on you. Okay. Ooh, this right here. I like this setting. Ooh. Okay, now let me calm down.
Did we pay Flossie for this? That was great. It feels good that people are enjoying and vibing with our products. But I see that Flossie definitely likes the V-shaped sound profile.
One of my favorite features that Nothing does better than anyone else is their advanced EQ, which allows for a more granular control of the frequency and the Q factor. While I absolutely love this, I have a wish list for Nothing to make it even better. Give us complete control over the frequency ranges so they're not locked into specific ranges, increase the number of bands to 10, and please remove the preamp compression that changes the volume when you make adjustments. It's just really frustrating for anyone who has mixed professionally, but it's still my favorite EQ out there. So keep it up, but make it better.
Yeah, I think it's good feedback. We'll definitely look at this. It sounds like it's relatively easy to do, and our teams are always reading all the reviews on YouTube, on Amazon, on Reddit, on our community. I'm sure they're already on top of this.
How often are you learning Reddit?
Multiple times a day.
You can see down here is the band of bass that most people on the planet Earth like. And if you're at the top end of that, you're like a bass head. And then here is the Nothings way out here. Like, that's just nuts. That's unacceptable.
It's not a technical problem, right? If you think about it, even the cheapest hardware, when we're building earphones, we can tune it to this curve. For us, it's about finding a Nothing signature sound. And that's what we've been evolving over the last couple of years. Given the feedback that we've gotten for our recent audio product launches, people seem to be enjoying our Nothing sound signature. So we're gonna continue with that. If you have any other preferences, you can really tune it to your liking in our advanced EQ mode. And we've also made sharing really easy, right? So if you have a sound profile that you really spend time on tuning that you really like, you can then share a QR code for other people to download.
Oh look, they can include a cable. In this case, a 3.5mm cable, but no charging. Wow, that's an odd choice. Truly malicious compliance. Oh, we have to include everything you need to use the product? How about this archaic jack that you no longer have a device in your pocket that uses?
I don't think we're doing malicious compliance, but on the 3.5mm jack, I think it's great that we included it because you don't just use your phone, right, to listen to music. A lot of other products like your laptop, your computer, you still need a headphone jack. Also, if you're a DJ. And if you think about the USB cable, there's a lot of USB cables flying around in everybody's home already.
I wish this had better IP rating because you get IPX2, which means it's only sweat resistant.
I mean, you can go to the gym with these, and if you're outside and it rains, it's probably fine. So I don't know what else we should design for here. I don't think you should wear these when you're diving.
Nice, snug, comfortable fit. And speaking of that, let's do the head shake test. All right, maximum shakage. As you can see, they did not pop out of my ears, so this would be perfect for wearing them at the gym.
Yeah, I love this. It's very relatable, right? Trying to like simulate how it would be for a regular person using it in easy to understand terms.
So in May, I was traveling with my partner on our honeymoon, and on our last day, I sit down on the train, and none other than Carl Pei sits down 3 seats from me. I do put in my nothing ears. These are the ear opens. And I was just like, hey, you should notice me because I'm wearing your product. Please say hi. He doesn't. It's fine. I'm not bitter about it. But then, like it was staged, he whips out the phone 3 and holds it like this.
I didn't notice that he was wearing the ear open. So yeah, and I thought we were such a newcomer to this industry and nobody knows about us. So I gotta be more careful about using unreleased products in public.
Honestly, they feel not bad. They're somehow kind of on the heavy side for feeling plasticky, but not unreasonable at all. Like this ain't no AirPods Max or whatever. AirPods Max? Fuck those things, man. They're so heavy.
They're still a popular product, so I don't have very negative feelings towards those actually. Irrespective if you're buying a product for $50 or $300, we're not gonna ship junk. Like it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be competitive to what else you can get from other brands at the same price.
When you look at these new Ear 3 buds next to the aluminium capped headphone 1 and the flagship Nothing Phone 3, they all complement each other perfectly. That combination of silver, matte aluminium with the white accents marries up with the same combination of materials and colors on the other premium devices in Nothing's catalog.
So this year we began evolving our design language by introducing metal. We've seen it with the Phone 3, we've seen it with the Headphone 1. It's distinctively Nothing, but it's also an evolution of our previous design language. Our products have to look as if they belong in the same family. Even without seeing the logo, you should immediately be able to tell that it's Nothing product.
Here's the kicker though. It's not optimized for in-app voice notes. So like when you're using WhatsApp, for example, this is not optimized for that. So in that kind of case, it would go back to the phone's microphone and use the microphone from there to record your voice notes when using in-app features on WhatsApp.
Yeah, this is true. We don't own the platform. Meta owns WhatsApp. So we had this conversation a couple of years ago, even with the Ear 1, right? Like when you leave these voice notes, can't you just speak through the mic? And you can't. Like they need to add that feature. Apple has severely limited what other people can do on iOS. So whilst we want to provide like feature parity between Nothing OS and iOS, we don't always have the luxury of doing so. But recently we've seen a lot of movement here in the European Union with the DOJ in the US. They're kind of forcing Apple to be more friendly towards third-party developers and other brands like us. Maybe there's something we can do on Nothing OS side.
First impressions are mixed. While the CMF headphones have a less jarring connection alert than the Nothing headphone one, their cheap feeling buttons are a letdown. More importantly, the energy slider seems like a gimmick. After extensive testing, I noticed no audio differences, and its function is already handled by the Nothing X app anyway.
I mean, at this price point, I do think we offer a really high quality product. I think sometimes when you watch a review in a vacuum and don't compare it to other products in the same price point, you don't necessarily get the most accurate picture. So I've seen some other headphones at this price point that are very, very cheap feeling. And this is also from bigger brands that are well known. Yeah, we messed up, and it was such a stupid thing to mess up because why wouldn't you just use placeholder images from an earlier Nothing phone? Like, yeah, we messed up.
Now, which of your tweets do you think these comments are referring to?
Maybe the price of the Phone 3? That's 100% true. I mean, even my Indian friends tell me that. Yeah, you just get paid a lot more in London. So some of the best Indian chefs are in London. I love how deeply the community cares and is involved in our products, especially for software, right? Whenever we launch a new version, like nothing else compares to the traffic for a new software launch. But in this case, it was a beta, so I think we should wait until the stable version or the final version to really judge it. It would have been better if there wasn't a typo. I think everybody's different. There's no replica of another person. I mean, he had hit after hit Under his leadership, Apple reinvented so many industries and really nailed the product whenever they had to do something new that didn't already exist. We haven't done any of that. We've just been operating, building products that already exist and making our variants of them. So I think we're very far away, and it's like not a fair comparison at all. I was thinking that there's probably nobody alive in our current era that can do what Steve Jobs did. At least not yet. Yeah, well, there's been some internal discussions about bringing the animals back, but I think it's more about how do we keep our marketing fresh and relevant. I believe we will improve next year.
If you had to pick a marketing animal for year 3, what animal do you think you'd go with?
Maybe a rat. Yeah, the widgets creator is awesome. I mean, the idea is awesome, but there's a lot of work we need to do to get it really functional. Like the other day, I was listening to one of the head designers at Ferrari talk, and I was sitting in the audience and I was just trying to generate a widget to let me scroll through all the historical, iconic Ferrari designs, and it couldn't do it. It gave me emojis instead, because we haven't connected our essential apps to any image model, so there's a lot more work we need to do here. Okay, I've been told to do an ad read now, so thank you all for watching, and don't forget to check out the newly launched Phone 3 Lite.
Phone 3A Lite.
So thank you all for watching, and don't forget to check out the latest. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to check out the newly launched Phone 3A Lite.